Hey guys, long time no chat, and if you've never been here before and we've never chatted, then welcome. My name is Angie Silly Crafts here on YouTube, and I'm also on Instagram. I probably post, well, not daily, but I post whenever I stitch, which is usually daily, but you know. Anyways, welcome. If you're new here, ouch, sorry, my foot is already falling asleep, which makes no sense. If you have been here before and you're wondering where I've been, yeah, it's been a while. I think my last video was May, beginning of May. No, I think I had it written down. When was it? May 3rd. So almost 3 months. I have a lot of progress. I was originally going to do a whip parade because I actually have worked on everything. So this is like an unofficial whip parade. Actually, you know what? It's not even a parade. It is like whip shenanigans because I've worked on almost everything except for my oldest project. I have not worked on my monkeys. If you know what project that is, I haven't worked on that in 3 months. So I really should get on that. But I also have 6 new starts, I think, and we're not talking like little starts. We're talking like actually my biggest project that I'm working on right now. That's what I started just last Saturday. And I have 2 finishes, which I know, shocker, right? I don't ever have finishes. I have one's here and one is gifted. But if you follow me on Instagram, you know all this, and it's not going to be anything new for you. But because it has been 3 months, and usually I have very little progress compared to a lot of people, because it's been 3 months, there's actually, like, you'll be able to see some differences. Now, I haven't gone back to my last video, so how much, like, I won't be able to tell you what I worked on, so, but I will put before pictures in. Yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to say about that. I'm not going to talk too much because I don't know if I can even do this in like 2 hours. 2 hours. Yeah, that's what I think, that this is going to take me like 2 hours. Hopefully not. I have 30 projects to show you. And yeah, where I've been. I mean, I don't usually do like a life update segment. I just kind of talk throughout and update you, but I'll just give a quick one. Where I've been. Well, the kids are done school now, and so I don't have a quiet house, and I don't like filming when anybody else is home, and this is my first opportunity because the kids are with their grandparents, and they left Sunday afternoon, and Mom said they were maybe going to come home today, but she messaged me and said nope, she's keeping them for 1 more day, so they'll be home tomorrow. So it's been really quiet because Chad has still been working, so yeah, it's been interesting not having a 9-year-old and 12-year-old running around with like their neighborhood friends. It seems like some days our front door is just like a revolving door of friends because it's also been really hot here. Like, I think our heat warning just ended yesterday, but it's been like 33 degrees, which for Alberta, central Alberta, that's warm. We don't always get that. It seems like we've had more hot days than just like unbearable hot days than just regular summer hot days. Today is supposed to be 10 degrees cooler, so that's good. And yeah, we've just been doing family things, going to the beach. The other day, that's Saturday? I think that was Saturday. Yeah, I was doing 24 hours of cross stitch on this last weekend, but I had so much stuff going on. And on Saturday, we took the kids to go see the new Spider-Verse movie because it was, again, like a 33-degree day out. So we were like, a nice, cool theater. That sounds like a good, fun activity. So we went and took them to that. They enjoyed it, kind of. I mean, if you've watched the movie, you'll probably understand why they kind of enjoyed it. Anyways, no spoilers. What else? Oh, we're switching the kids from public school to private school next year. So there's been we had to do some interviews and things like that to get that all figured out. So that'll be a change for everybody. They're kind of excited, kind of not. I mean, they've been going to the same school since kindergarten. So, I mean, to switch is a little bit nerve-wracking. I mean, Jacob would have been switching anyways because he goes into junior high next year. So it would have been an all new school. But yeah, we're putting them in the Christian school here, and we're going to try that and see how that goes. What else? I don't know. After this video, I might not be back until like school starts because I don't know when I'll have an opportunity to have a quiet house again. So, and as for like the rest of my summer plans, we're going camping August 25th to 27th with some family. And other than that, I don't know. We're pretty low-key, laid-back people. The kids just go out and play with their friends all day and they have a great time, and that's pretty much how they spend their summer. We don't do anything really extravagant. So, I think, hopefully, that explains where I've been, what I've been up to. I am now going to get into the whips. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I have a little bit of haul because it's been 3 months and there's always sales and stuff. So I do have a little bit of haul, but I will share that later. Actually, I think pretty much all the haul that I have started, except for maybe a couple. So there's that. All right. If you are new here, you should be warned that I do ramble a lot. So yeah, this is probably going to be a long video. I also get distracted. I also say a lot, even though I try not to. But anyways, okay, let's just start. So as I said, I have 30 whips to show you. And I should have stats on everything. And it is, what time is it? It's 10:12. I was hoping to do this a little bit earlier in the day because it's already getting hot. But you know that you're getting older when like the pillow lines don't go off your face. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this at like 10 o'clock. Okay, we're starting. My first whip is The Nativity by Donna Gelsinger. Sorry, I have a window right there and there's kids riding on their bikes. The Nativity by Donna Gelsinger. This is a mini. This is one of the first Heaven and Earth designs I ever bought. But I didn't start it until this was my January 2022 new start. Anyways, okay. So this is what this looked like this is what it's gonna look like when it's finished. What order do I normally do that on? And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And since you last saw it, I've only put in 474 stitches. This is what it looks like now. I have to get used to this again. So, I think most of my stitches have been, well, just yesterday, I finished off this top of this page, and then I started back over here. And maybe I worked over here since you last saw it. I'm not sure. This is a mini. I think I already said that. And I am at 7.38%. There's a bunch of people working on this, and there's a bunch more people starting it. I use the hashtag baby in a manger sal, and I also use this for Leanne and Bonnie's full coverage Christmas sal, where you work on a full coverage Christmas piece on the 24th and 25th of every month. I do not always get to it, but I did yesterday. I don't think I'll get to it today because by the time I get this filmed, and it's Tuesday, so I usually work on other things on Tuesdays. All right. Next up is my mini coffee sloth. Oh, if you guys could see the mess that I have right here. So, this is what it'll look like when it's finished. This is Mini Coffee Sloth by Sheena Pike, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Since you have last seen it, oh, here's what it looked like before the last time you saw it. Here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And since you have last seen it, I have put in 1,068 stitches. Here it is now. And if I remember correctly, I got a page finish. Right, this page right, whoa, right there. Sorry. This is not going to be a smooth video, just so you know. Anyways, this page. Gotta love the hoop marks. The last time there was a whole bunch of white. So that's why it probably doesn't look that much different, because there's a bunch of white and a bunch of these little, I don't know if you can really see it, but it's supposed to be kind of like the fuzzy hair on top there, and they were scattered all over, and I hadn't done those either. So yeah, I got a page finish. My second paid page finish ever, right? I think so. That one, it helps if I have my tablet facing the right way. I don't know about you guys, but I can't read upside down. 41.61%. I work on this one, well, I now have 4 that I can work on a Tuesday, but this I use for the Sheena Pike sal that myself and Stephanie from On Point Stitcher, we started it. I'm not sure when we started it, but there's a whole bunch of people. Sheena Pike sal. I tend to work on it on Tuesdays or post my progress on Tuesdays. You can do whatever you want, but please, if you are working on a Sheena Pike, please use that hashtag. Even though Instagram has decided to ruin hashtags again, you can click to have recent top posts instead of just top posts, which it's still not the same, but it's better than nothing, I guess. All right, next up, sorry for the big crinkle, just trying to make room here. Here we go. This one is my Mario, and because the boys are gone to their grandmas and grandpas, I actually worked on it yesterday, which I don't think I posted on Instagram, so there will be a surprise for people who follow me on Instagram. This is a chart I got off of Etsy. Here is what the chart looks like. Here it is the last time you saw it. And since you last saw it, I have put 2,294 stitches in. Wow, that's pretty good for me. So, oh, I know why. This was a challenge for my wheel of stitches. I think Alicia picked this one for June. She picked it for 3 days in June. So I think this might be all new. And then lately I've been working on these bricks down here. And yesterday I put in another 200 stitches. So I'm trying to finish this off. And I was talking to Ariana on Instagram, and she was like, why don't you work on Mario? And I said, well, I have it as a PDF, and like, not to mark off, but I just kind of have to go row by row, and I knew that if I started working over here, I'd have to pay way more close attention. And she said, why don't you try putting it in Pattern Keeper? I never even thought of putting it in Pattern Keeper, because I have had this since like 2020. Before I started this before I ever used Pattern Keeper, and so I never thought to try and see if it would fit into Pattern Keeper. Well, it does, so that should make it go much faster and smoother. So thank you. Yeah, so that's that one. I'm gonna leave this actually out because since the boys are gone, I'm gonna try and finish up those bricks today, at least, I think. Okay. My Oilers. Now, actually, I don't know if I have worked on this. I think I might have worked on this at the beginning of May, so there might not actually be any progress on this. I'm just gonna keep looking. Yep, nope. There's no progress on my Oilers piece, so I'm not even gonna show it. Apparently I was really disappointed with the playoffs, and I decided I didn't want to work on my Oilers piece. That's how I worked out my grief on that, I guess. Okay, my cross. So this is a Thomas Kincaid piece. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is the cross by Thomas Kincaid. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And since you last saw it, I have put in 256 stitches. This is what it looks like now. I really like this piece. I was supposed to be working on this for Oldest Whip Wednesdays that Alicia from Adventures in Stitching started, and that hasn't happened. I pulled it out the other day because my youngest, Lucas, he decided he wanted to pick what I worked on for, I think it was probably like a week straight. He would pick, he'd pick my project. We would, because I have so many projects, we would spin the wheel 5 times, and then from those 5, he got to pick. And then I was also not letting him have repeats, I think is how it worked. I think so. And so he kept picking like the number. Oh, and he got to pick what the challenge was for each project. He pretty much picked 77 because that's his favorite number. Or he picked like 177 or 277. And yeah, so I have some kind of weird numbers or like really low numbers. Like when he picked this, I did 77 stitches, which I could have done a lot more, but he wouldn't let me. He's like, nope, we'll spin again and do a new project. So I was like, okay. It was fun. But yeah, so that's probably another reason why I have worked on all my projects since, or almost all my projects since my last update. So over here, I believe, is where you will see progress. Like I said, nope, that's a lie. Helps if I can know my rights and my lefts. This side is where you will see the progress. Yep. This is the side because I started the project in the middle in 2015. And then I went up to this side, and then I went over to this side because I like to start in the top right corner. That's my favorite. Although you will see in a little bit here that I have some middle starts. So I don't know. I don't have a percentage on this because it's not in Pattern Keeper. Like I said, I use this for Oldest Whip Wednesdays, and Alicia came up with the, if you're working on a Thomas Kincaid kit, the Kincaid Brigade. I think that's what it was. We've been watching a lot of Gilmore Girls, and I'm pretty sure that's where she came up with that one. So join us if you have a Kincaid, probably just, it doesn't even have to be a kit, just any Kincaid piece. Okay, my bird garden. So this one has not seen a whole lot of progress. This is what it'll look like when it's done. It is a mini bird garden by Amy Stewart. This is what it'll look like when it's done. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. Sorry for the rustling. Since you last saw it, I put in 406 stitches. And nope. This is what it looks like now. So you probably don't want those threads there. Let's try this again. If I was guessing, I would say I was down here. Still working on this painted bunting. It's my favorite bird. So I don't know if I'm having like, I don't want to finish it because I don't want it to be done. I want to keep working on it, or I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what the delay is with finishing off that bird. But, and I think I started kind of working in a diagonal per page. That's probably not even the right way. Oh yeah. So yeah. I have percentages for this one, just oh, I am at exactly 14%. This one is coming up to its 2 years that I've been working on it. I think I started it in August. So it should have more than 14% progress after 2 years, but it doesn't. All right, this one got a little bit of progress because Lucas picked it. This is usually my snow day project, and thankfully we have not had any snow this summer. But this is my Nomi's Kaylee tent stitch. Charted this on Flosstube and Instagram, and her website is thesewingshop.ca. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And it looks like I've only put in 70 stitches. This is what it looks like now. I believe this is what I worked on. I was working on the snuggle up part of the Nomi's. It's really cute. I like it. But I just have a lot of projects. And I'm a slow stitcher, and I don't have enough hours in the day. Actually, I think it was the week that Lucas was picking everything for me, was also the week that Alicia challenged me. Well, she kind of challenged me. She brought up the idea, so to me that felt like a challenge, of trying to work on all my whips in 1 week and calling it like hashtag whip week or something. I don't know. Anyways, I failed. I couldn't work on everything in 1 week. But I did get through a lot. And that's also another reason why I have probably touched all of my projects, except for 2. What's next? Okay, mini mountain landscape. This is what it'll look like when it's done. This is a heaven and earth design as well. It's like a stock photo. I've never seen who the artist is, or the, yeah, I've never seen. So this is by Heaven and Earth Design, as I said. What was I saying? I don't know why I did that in a sing-song voice. Okay. Oh, yes. This was Alicia's Wheel of Stitches pick for me. For those who don't know what Wheel of Stitches is, maybe I should explain that. Every month, myself and Alicia and Carla from Stitch Me Sane, we have 2 wheels each. One is a wheel of all our challenges, like challenges that we made, stitch count, days, percentages, whatever we wanted to make. And so we spin our wheel for the challenges, and then each person gets to pick what, for everybody else, gets to pick which project that challenge goes with. So for July, right? Yeah, July, it was a 1.5% challenge, and Alicia picked my mini mountain. So did I show you what it was going to look like already? I think so. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. So I put in 1,068 stitches. I actually was an overachiever by like 30. And here it is now. Actually, I can. So this one is so pretty. I always like showing this on Flosstube because the picture, or the colors. Wow, I can't talk today. The colors are so much better on here than on Instagram. I would tell people just on Instagram just to come watch my Flosstube just so that they can see the colors in this better. So I think I had finished off this diagonal, and then I'm pretty sure that was all new. So this is at 9.33%. This one is over a year old. Actually, is it 2 years? No, I think it's a year old. I think. Yeah, I think it's a year old. Myself and Holly from My Daily Hades started this, I think it was for my birthday, actually. Not this year, but last year. I think so. Anyways, she has already finished it, or she finished half of it. She decided she only wanted to do the half. So you should go check hers out if you want to see. I don't know which video it is though, because she finished it a while ago. But anyways, so that's one. I could hold this one up all day for you to look at, but we have lots more to go through. So that's it. Yes. Okay. Speaking of Gilmore Girls. Nope. Here we go. So this is my Gilmore Girls project. This is also off of Etsy. Stitch Area, I think. If you just type in Gilmore Girls on Etsy, it should come up. Or maybe it won't, because I don't know if she has it anymore. Last time somebody had to email her personally and ask her if they could have this chart. So, but she has other ones like it that if you see this style, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyways, since you have last seen this one, I have put in 1,102 stitches because I think this was a wheel of stitch. Yes, Carla picked this in May for 900 stitches. And I don't know if I was complaining about backstitching the last time, my last video, but I think I'm getting the hang of backstitching. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I don't know if I said that already. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And this is what it looks like now. This one is so fun. I don't know. Like, I mean, have you guys even seen these adorable, like, bacon and eggs and syrup, which I haven't finished that last little heat steam thing, and a cup. Oh, I don't think you've seen like the coffee, which I did mess up on that coffee. It's one row. Like there should be an extra row in there. But because the font is different, I think it's fine. This is supposed to be Team Dean. I don't like Dean. So I need to put something different in there. I'm not Team Dean at all. What else? Anyways, this is my project. This one, I usually work on it when I'm watching Gilmore Girls, actually. I think I'm up to season 5 now in my rewatch times like 3. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Alicia and I started this one and our hashtag is I need coffee in an IV MRASAL because we were watching the show, so it's a marathon and stitching. I think her and I might be the only ones who are still working on it. There was other people who finished way back. I mean, I think we started it in like September. So that's gonna take me forever. That's the project that Lucas thinks that I won't finish it until he's 40. And that's what he even said when he picked it. And I think he made me do like 77 stitches. He's like, is that the project that you're gonna have done when I'm 40? He's probably not wrong. Okay, next is my Daydream Sea Turtles. This is also by Sheena Pike. Charted by Charting Creations. This is when she was over in Charting Creations. I can't find anything in this mess. That's not helpful at all. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll find it. Nope. You know you have a problem when you can't, or when you have so many projects you can't find them. Okay, this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And since you last saw it, I have put 952 stitches in. But this is Carla's Wheel of Stitches pick for this month, and it was 1,200 stitches. So I still have 650 stitches, I think, left to go. So I need to get on that because the month is almost over. Here it is now. So this is my sea turtles. It is definitely one of my top, seriously, one of my top favorite projects. I assume that I have done quite a lot of work in here, but I mean, this is like, there's so many color changes, which, I mean, hopefully you can, like, it looks good, but that's why there's so many color changes. I think the last time, just to get some stitches, because I needed so many stitches in this, 1,200 on one project in a month is a lot for me. So I know I definitely was working on some like background stuff, just sort of for some like more block colors, but I think I've done quite a bit, and I know I definitely did some of this like darker, like 310 and 939. But yeah, so this one, is at 5.35. Ay. This one's got a long ways to go. I don't know. I think I'm always showing how big this is. Oh, I haven't been saying, I think everything that I've showed so far is 18 count. Yeah, you can't even, yeah, it's huge. Oh, and my youngest came home, I don't know, I posted it on Instagram, so I don't know how long ago it was, but he came and he bought me, just a second. He came home with my own little squirt that he bought me with his own money, which, I mean, this is like a Disney brand, like, you know, Nemo, everything. So it wasn't cheap, and he doesn't have a lot of money, so I thought it was pretty cool. So this is my new stitching buddy. He sits like right, I don't know if you can see that. He sits right there beside me. He actually holds my phone when I'm watching Flosstube or Gilmore Girls or whatever I'm doing while I'm stitching. That's where he stays. So I thought that was pretty special. Okay. What's next? I'm distracted now. Okay. I think I'm like halfway through. I don't know what that is. Oh. I have a foot cramp. Okay. I say this like every time, but I really probably should stop sitting on the floor. This is He Is Risen by Pursuit of Happy Stitches on Etsy. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I have put 224 stitches in since you've last seen it. And there we go. Here it is now. Wow, that's really wrinkly. This side, that's where I've been working. The light is not really showing, well, the light is not showing the colors properly, but you can at least see kind of more. Anyways, I should really have way more done on that one. It's not a real big stitch. Okay. This project you probably have not seen in a while. Actually, if you've been here, you have not seen this project since December. Yeah. This is my Season for Everything by Dimensions. It's a stamped kit, as in it's on sailcloth. And anyways, this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Oh, I guess I could have showed you. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And the other day, I put in 65 stitches. This is what it looks like now. I will zoom in for a second. So the last time you saw it, I had this part done. And now, this last time that I worked on it, I was working on the spring section. And I actually had quite a bit of fun. This is what I call my freestyle project, because if you look at the fabric, let's see if I can I don't know if I can get it focused, but the X's, like, I mean, you're kind of guessing where, like, I mean, it has the X marked out, but it doesn't have actual holes. So you're just kind of freestyling, really. But I'm kind of liking the look of it. I don't know what is going to happen when I try to backstitch. So I think what I might do the next time I pull this out is finish off this flower and then maybe do a little bit of backstitch and see what I think of it. If I really want to keep going. But the last time I worked on it, I had fun. I mean, I can't do it for a long period of time, like work on it for a long period of time, because it's like 3 strands and pulling it through that sailcloth, it hurts my hands after a while. So yeah, since December, that has had 65 stitches. All right, I'm not showing any diamond painting today because I haven't done any. Next up is Bonded by the Rain. This is by Leonid Afremov, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it looked like the last time. Nope, this is what it'll look like when it's finished. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And this is the mini, and it's the color expansion. So please excuse all these threads because there's a lot of color changes and a lot of just, let's go like this. We only need this part of it. Here we go. This one shows up so much nicer on here too. Yeah. Okay. So I've put in 780 stitches since the last time you saw this. This is my rainy day project, and for a while there we had lots of rain. So, but for each rainy day, I was only doing 25 stitches because, like I said, this is a lot. In those 25 stitches, I bet you I probably had to change my colors like at least 15 times. Everything's like 1 stitch park, 1 stitch park. So it takes a long time. So even though there's only 780 stitches in 3 months, it's quite a bit. I think, oh no, this wasn't a wheel of stitches. I wonder why I did so much. I feel like that's a lot of progress for this one. But anyways, it's probably because of the rain. We did have lots of rain. If it's not smoking hot here, it's been raining, storming, actually like tornado warnings. We even had a tornado warning, and the warning went off on Chad and I's phone, and the boys, like, we were trying to keep it from the boys, like, because we didn't want them freaking out about a tornado. And so Chad and I were just kind of like looking at each other, trying to speak through our eyes. I don't know, but we weren't talking to the boys, trying to figure out what we were going to do or whatever. And then all of a sudden our house alarm went off, and it was like telling us that there was severe warning and tornadoes and stuff. So that made the boys freak out, because our house alarm has never gone off because of weather. So that didn't go over well. But then the tornado, like the tornado did touch down. It was actually a really big tornado, not here, like a ways away. But then once the tornado warning went off, and then it was just like severe thunderstorm warning, that weather was way worse than when the tornado warning was on. So anyways, it was a late night. Nobody wanted to sleep that night. But it was fine. Well, except for the people who actually had the tornado, but nobody was injured. It was just... All right. Next up is my raccoon, which this one... Let me just try and do things in order so I don't get confused. This is my raccoon by Cottage Garden Samplings, Year in the Woods. Sorry. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen this one or one of them from the series. I've only added 77 stitches because of Lucas. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. Oh no. No. This wasn't Lucas. I added 77 stitches because Chad was playing the game. And he's like, well, in honor of Lucas, you need to do 77 stitches. Well, I was at 75 stitches and I had like just a little bit of thread left. And I'm like, well, I can't do 2 more stitches. He's like, well, then you better just thread your needle again and you can make it to 177. I'm like, I don't want to go to 177. So I was playing some thread chicken, but I did it. It was 77 stitches. Here it is now. You'll definitely be able to see progress because I finally got those eyes mostly in, not 100%. So cute. So yeah, I need to finish this one up. 16 count. 16 count Ada. Celadon? Is that how you say it? I really need to look that up. Pretty sure I've had this conversation with you guys before. Celadon, I don't know my colors. It's green. It's like a minty green. I have the same fabric for the bear, which will be started after this one. Okay, moving right along. Okay, just saw I just picked up this. Okay, so this is a garnet by Carolyn Manning. Carolyn Manning Designs garnet. I'm doing all, no, I am not doing all the birthstones. I'm doing all our family's birthstones. So I've already done aquamarine. I have turquoise left to do for Lucas. So this is Jacob's birthstone garnet. This one had quite a bit of progress since you've last seen it. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And since you last saw it, I've put in 1,376 stitches. Again, this is another one that Instagram will not give me good pictures. But can you see those colors? I'm not so sure if you looked at my Instagram pictures that if I saw those that I'd be like, oh, that's pretty, I want to stitch that. But seeing it on camera, definitely. That's why I always, actually, the colors are much more vibrant than even those are showing, but it's gorgeous. I love it. Red's my favorite color, so I mean, I guess that helps. If you hate the color red, then, you know, then maybe this one isn't for you. What? Yeah, that's why this one got so much. Alicia picked this for Wheel of Stitches for May, and it was 900 stitches, so I did that. And then also, there was somebody on Instagram, and I'm totally blanking, because there's 2 people that I'm thinking of, and I'm not sure which one it is. They had a red birthday Sal in June that I participated in. I will link their Instagram here. I don't want to say the wrong name, so I apologize. For some reason, I'm getting 2 people mixed up. So anyway, so that is that one. This one should really be finished soon. I mean, this is the small. This isn't like, I think I made it. I definitely made it to the halfway. I think this was, maybe it's even up here, is like the halfway point. It's only 6,500 stitches, I think. So this is just the small. I should have more than this done. How much? Let's see. I'm at 34%. So yeah, it needs to come out more. And it's, I mean, it's an easy stitch. It's a lot of block colors, so it doesn't take very long. All right. Ooh, my next one was a finish. That doesn't happen very often. As you know, I was working, well, I guess you don't necessarily know. If you've been here before, you know that I was working on Singing Sparrow by Sweet Wings Studio for my parents for their anniversary. Their anniversary was at the end of May. I got it done. I got it done before their anniversary, but I didn't actually see them until June when I finally gifted it. But I have pictures. I don't have pictures. No, I actually haven't got my mom to send me a picture. She ironed it and then put it back and she has it hanging, but I haven't seen it yet. But I'll just put a picture in here of when Chad framed it, and I hadn't ironed it yet, so excuse the wrinkles. We were just trying to see how it would work, and I don't own an iron, so I needed my mom to iron her own gifts because I'm that daughter. But we just got a frame from Michael's, and Chad Chad cut me the mat. It's not like a professional mat or anything. It's scrapbook paper actually, because I used to scrapbook and I have tons of cardstock and all sorts of things downstairs. And I mean, the cardstock is quite thick, so he just cut me a mat, and that's the blue around it. And yeah, I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. My mom and my dad really liked it. I don't have much more to say about it. I gifted the chart to a lady in my Alberta Facebook group because she wanted to stitch it, and I wasn't going to stitch it again. Because, I mean, I like it. I kind of wanted to stitch it for myself, but there was just no way I was going to. I can barely stitch what I have, let alone restitching something. It just wasn't going to happen. There are plenty of other Sweet Wing Studio designs that I want to stitch, so stitching the same thing twice just didn't feel like it was going to really bring me much joy. Oh, I don't know. So hopefully she enjoys it. Okay. All right. I was right in that this was going to be long. Okay. Sorry, that was rambling. Okay, my next one is my sister's piece. So I worked on, this is a piece that I created using the Threadbare app. They're a company from Alberta. This is what the picture that I used to create this. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. I'm not sure if the last video is the one that I had it upside down and all over the place, but I'll hopefully have the right picture in this time. So I worked on this mostly at the end of, like, around May, because May 25th was the anniversary of her passing. So I was 4 years, I think it's 4 years, I don't know. 2019 is when she passed. So I worked on it mostly at the end of May. I think I put, 921 stitches, and then Lucas picked this as one of his projects, so 998 since you have last seen it. I don't have percentages on this one because it's not in Pattern Keeper. I'm using the Threadbare app. Sorry, there's screaming kids. At least they're not mine. Yeah, I think I probably have it on my Instagram. I probably figured out the percentage. I think maybe I'm like at 1.5. This is a huge project. Yeah. Anyways, you can really see like the hair starting to come in, and this one's pretty confetti heavy as well. I think I like did some of the background because there's a lot of background, so I was like, I should probably get to that at some point, but I really wanted to like see how the colors, right now this is looking quite unnaturally pink, but I think if you pull it back and stuff, it'll be good. So yeah, that's that one. I need to work on that more because this is actually a project that, this was the project actually that Chad wants me to complete. So next up, okay, so this is, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm being kind of like abrupt, or I don't know, like not taking my time as much as sometimes. There's a lot here and I'm just trying to make sure that you guys aren't here forever. I mean, you can always pause it and come back, I guess, but. So this is my, this is from a magazine. This is from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2016. I don't know why that always makes me laugh every time I say that, but there was one in 2016, obviously. Sorry. I did a subscription of magazines. I'm trying to figure out how to cover up this, cover up the pattern. I don't want you to see the pattern. Okay. Can you see that's what it's supposed to look like? Anyways, I had like a 6-month subscription of magazines, and I've never stitched anything from them except for now. So this is Christmas Prayer. This is what it looked like the last time that you saw it. And this is, I haven't been telling you guys my fabric counts, but I think everything has pretty much been on 20, or not 20, 18 count or 25 count full cross. This one is on 25 count gold Lugana. It is so pretty. Again, well, okay. Well, first I'm doing 25 1/1. That, those sheep, or I guess there's only one right now, is so tiny, but so cute. The sheep are definitely not going to be the focus point of this project. I didn't really think about how tiny this was going to be when I did it on 25 count, but really it's the words that are, you know, the focus point. So I think the sheep and the little manger here, even though they're tiny, I think it'll be okay. It's really fun to stitch. The sparkle is a little bit tough, but it was fun to try it. I don't, yeah, okay. You can see the sparkle. Again, Instagram does not show the sparkle. So that is that. I was using this for Christmas in July stitching, and also I started doing it for my Stitch 30 daily. They worked for like 3 days. But since you last saw it, I've added 204 stitches, so it's better than nothing. Okay. Oh, this is just sad. Okay. So this is my God Shed His Grace by Abraham Hunter, charted by Artisy. Sorry, I drew a blank there. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am doing the medium version. There's a bunch of us stitching this. We use the hashtag God's Grace Sundays, which I originally planned on working on this on Sundays, but there are 5 Sundays in July and I have worked on it once. right? There's 5 Sundays in July. I'm pretty sure there is. I've worked on it once, which is just sad, but the other months I worked on it more. So this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And I have added 603 stitches. This is what it looks like now. This is also 18 count, 2 over 1 full cross. I kind of wish that I would have been into my like 25 count tent stitch because it would go a lot faster, but that's okay. I like the look of it. Those clouds are very moody, but you can tell that they're clouds. I probably just did that since you last saw it. I don't even know. Excuse me. I definitely need to get more on that. I am at 2.65%. Everybody else who is doing this, even the people who are doing the large version, Nikki, I am talking to you, are ahead of me. But it's fine. It's not a race. It's just a start along. I mean, let's be real. Pretty much they're all start alongs. Right. Next. Oh, you guys have never seen this one. Because the last time that I was going to show it, I couldn't find it. This is Home is Where My Plants Die by Pursuit of Happy Stitches. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And you don't have a before picture, so this is all new. Here is what it looks like now. I have only added 60 stitches. This was Chad's pick one night because he knows that I have not worked on it at all. This fabric is, I don't know if you can see, like pink blue. It's the what is it? It's the one from Michaels. It's like the only dyed fabric you can get at my Michaels anyways, where it comes in like the greens and the yellows, and this one, Charles DMC, I don't know. If you know, you know. It's 14 count. There's like fractional stitches and stuff in that. I don't know if that's why I'm avoiding it, but I'll definitely do the words first because they're all full cross, and then I'll figure out how to tackle that from there. I think it's funny, and I do kill my plants all the time. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm already laughing because, well, you'll see. Okay, this is my Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I know some of you are already laughing. This is on navy fabric. I got the pattern off of Etsy. Some reason I do not have who it's by, but I'm sure if you just type in Guardians of the Galaxy like I did, it'll come up. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. Now, if you look at that picture, all that navy blue is supposed to be stitched. It's a full coverage. It was like 120,000 of 939. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So I'm stitching it on navy blue fabric, and that way I can use the dark side of stitching and ditch the back, hashtag ditch the background. Those are two different ones. This is on 14 count navy. I added 27 stitches since you last saw it. There we go. Okay. And this, okay, I can't even see. This is how big it is, first of all. Like, I'm gonna fold it because we do not need that much. Sorry, I should have really had this all folded before I started. So the reason it only has 27 stitches is because Lucas picked it. And then he said, "Is that a full cross or a tent stitch, Mom?" And I said, "It's a full cross." And he's like, "Is it an easy stitch or a hard stitch?" And I said, "Very hard." He's like, 27 stitches. And I said, "Done. I can do 27 stitches." So there are my 27 stitches. That is the top of Groot's head. Like the very, well, his hair. Like, well, it's the top of Groot. The very, very top. Now, I wish I would have taken a, oh, I think I do have a picture. Maybe I'll insert the picture of the chart so you can see how big Groot actually is. And you can see how much I have left on this project. I don't do well with navy fabric, I have noticed. And I was having a really hard time stitching, even though it's 14 count. But what I decided to do, because everybody has told me many times, "Did you put a light under it?" And I was like, well, I have like natural light. I mean, you can see the light coming in here. It's not dark in here. But what I ended up doing is, if you can see my magnifier here and light, because this rotates, like, oh, that was a horrible sound. I'm sorry. I rotated it so that the light was shining in my eyes, but through the fabric, and that worked so much better. So those 27 stitches actually did not take me as long as I thought they were going to. I thought that was going to be like an all-day thing. But he wouldn't let me do any more, even though I was like on a roll. He's like, "Nope, we're spinning again." So it's fine. But I won't like dread bringing out that project the next time. No, I don't think I have a percentage on that, even though it is on Pattern Keeper, but the reason I don't have a percentage on it is because when I put it into Pattern Keeper, it put it in twice. Like it put the full chart and then there's like a line and then it put the whole chart again. And I couldn't get it because of the way that it was. I don't know. It won't. So it has a double, and I don't. It's fine. I was just happy that it went into Pattern Keeper. The symbols finally showed up, and I can like search symbols and cross symbols off, and that was enough. I mean, I am not very far into it, so the percentage would probably scare me anyway. So that might be like a ignorance is bliss kind of project. Okay. What do I have next? Nope. Nope. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Oh, I know why. It was still in the bag. I have a few. I have a few project bags. This one is from Kaylee. From Kaylee Tent Stitch. And I have this one that is also made by Kaylee. And I have my Oilers one that my mom and dad got me for Christmas. Other than that, they're in plastic bags, so that's why there's all the rustling. I actually put multiple projects in a project bag. That's why I'm also constantly trying to find them. Okay, so was this a new start? 1 second. Oh no, I started it in March. Okay, this is my Dandelion Fluff Girl Gang by Heather Kramer, charted by the Sewing Shop. Speaking of Kaylee. I feel like this was yes, Carla picked this for Wheel of Stitches for June, so it had 3 days. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. This is on 25 count even weave. I am doing 2/110 stitch, and it has had 790 stitches since you last saw it. So I wish I could tell you. I think I was just, this is one of the projects where I just kind of go wherever I want. I mean, I started here, but then I counted over here because I wanted to do this little fluff thing. And then I just kind of worked my way down. There's really light colors in there, so you might not be able to see. Oh no, maybe you can see that. Oh, that distorts the color, but you can. Anyways, this is another really big project. I like it. Obviously, I like all my projects. I don't know why I even say that. It is 1.13%. Really? I didn't even think it was that far, so yay! I got past the 1%. Did I have anything else to tell you about that? Oh, Carla and I started our dandelion fluff girls at the same time on March 1st. She's working on a different one. Hers is a circular one too, but that's fun. Oops. Okay. Next. Okay. This is, yep, okay. This is A Church for All Seasons by Nikki Boheen. I don't know. Everybody who talks about this chart, we don't know how to say her last name, so at least I'm not all alone in that. Charting Creations. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. Sorry, I think I zoned there for a second. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. I have added 851 stitches since you last saw this. I think, I don't even know if I had much of this tree done. You can see all those colors coming through. This is 25 count, 2/110 stitch as well, because it's huge. There's a bunch of us working on this. Church for All Seasons, Sal, is what we are using. Every once in a while, somebody will be like, hey, I'm going to work on this day. And then a bunch of us are like, yeah, I'll do that. So I did work on it this month because Leanne from Small Town Stitches had said she was going to work on it. So yeah, 851 since you last saw it, which puts me at, oh, just a second. 0.86%. Yeah, everybody else is working on the opposite side. Except for Alicia, she's working it through the seasons, so she's started the spring and the summer. And yeah, I went to this side and I'm working on the winter because I like a right corner start. And I really do prefer diagonal parking. That is definitely my favorite way of doing full coverage. So I love that piece as well. Next, oh, another finish. This is the last one. This was my one from Stitchword on Etsy, which I need to pick up some more of her projects because they are like simple, quote like scripture or songs, and they're just really nice. I don't know how else to say it. This is mine. This is my, and if not, he is still good. This fabric is from Kaylee. I really liked this. I started this with Alicia. She finished hers way before me. But I started this on a couple important dates. I started it on kind of the anniversary of what would have been the due date of our very first child that passed away in 2009 when I was about 11 weeks pregnant. So, I don't know, April 18th. It was a long time ago. Lots of people have gone through loss, and but April 18th is just kind of a day where I just, one of those what if, right? What if I had a 13, 14? So yeah, and then I also worked on it a lot around when my sister passed. So it was a good reminder, and if not, he is still good, even if things don't go the way that we think they should go. God is still faithful. So yeah, I was at Michael's just the other day, but I didn't have my measurements, so I couldn't get a frame. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna frame it. Probably just like a regular frame. I'll see what Chad can come up with. He's my framer. So I love that, and I think I have enough fabric actually that I might be able to do another one. I'm actually thinking of putting them, you can't see what I'm pointing to, my piano is over there, putting them on my piano, and I'm thinking of doing the, I don't have it yet, but the It Is Well with my soul. I think that would be a good companion piece to this one. And also, that's the song that was played at my sister's funeral, and I have a picture of her up there, so it just kind of seems like it goes together. Okay. So those are my 2 finishes. And, I might have one more by the end of the year, but I make no promises. Okay. This one. Was this a new start? Actually, I think this was a new start. When did I start it? Oh yeah, I started this the day after my last Flosstube. Okay, so this is Top Frog, but Mini Top Frog by Jody Bergsma, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Here is what it is going to look like when it is done. I started this on May 4th for Rainy from Rainy Day Reads, her 40th birthday Sal, which was hashtag turn 40 new leaves Sal. She wanted you to work on something green or something that had to do with literary, but I went with green, and she had gifted this to me for my birthday, so it seemed appropriate. And I did a middle start. I don't normally do middle starts. Now, wait a minute. Nope. There we go. This is also the project that Alicia says is my family in frog form, because there's the 4 of us, and yeah, so it's like the family frog piece. Anyways, I did a middle start because I have a very small piece of fabric. Like, I don't have 3 inches on each side, because this is like a leftover piece from my churches. But Chad, like I've said this before, but anyways, Chad frames everything, and he's like, I don't need 3 inches. So he told me to just use this piece. But what I also ended up doing is taking off 1 or 2 10 by 10 blocks all the way down the side, because it's just a lot of background, and I didn't think it was really going to be needed. So that's another reason why I started in the middle. So I'm going to do the frogs first, and then kind of work my way out to see how much room I have, how much background I really need to stitch. But I mean, I'm probably going to finish the frogs and be like, yeah, that looks good. Let's frame that, but that's okay. So my numbers for this are going to be skewed, because skewed, that's a funny word. Anyways, because I started at 8%. I took off I took off 6,600 stitches. So, I mean, so I've only done 1.23% is how much I have done. Did I put it the right way? Yep. So this is like, we'll just say this is like the mama frog, and then this is like the dad down there. Anyways, that one's fun. 25 count, 2/1 tent stitch. Did I say how many stitches I've put in? 1,024. Not bad. I kind of like this, like waiting 3 months so that I can tell you my progress, and it's like good numbers. Okay. All right. I just worked on this. Okay. So this is another new start. I think this is where all the new starts are gonna be popping up here. This was one of the very first Heaven and Earth design charts I ever bought in 2015, and I just started it on May 13th. Is that Mother's Day? Did I start it for Mother's Day? Possibly. This is Mini Winter Rose by Rachel Anderson, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. You don't want to see the back. Maybe you do, but whatever. I have put in 850 stitches. I feel like there's more than that. Nope, 850 stitches. And there it is. Now, I know some people, Kaylee, were telling me that I should ditch the background on this. And although you are probably right, it's still a very detailed, very pretty background. I'm not bored with it at all. It has like blocks of color, but then like you can see the detail, right? It has like purples and pinks, and so yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this. There's somebody on Instagram who's working on this. Joyful Stitcher. I'll link. Anyways, she has like lots done. So if you're interested to see how this stitches up, you should go check that out. Go check out her Instagram. What percentage am I? 1.12%. Why did I work on this? Oh, I just wanted to work on it. This was every once in a while when Lucas was doing his picks, I had to intervene because he was never going to pick anything, any of my projects that had girls in them. That's how he said it. So I wanted to work on some of those projects, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna pick this project, and then you can pick the next, go back to the next one. So boys. Okay. Huh. I'm always so surprised when I turn the pages, because I never know what I'm going to find. Here, okay. This one is another Carolyn Manning. Sorry, I'm just trying to, what did I do here? Okay, sorry. This is another Carolyn Manning. It is called Glow Up. This is what it's gonna look like when it is done. I started this on June 11th with Carla from Stitch Me Sane. I am working this on 18 count Ada. It's pre-gridded because it was a leftover piece. And honestly, I like pre-gridded, and it's a full coverage, so there's no reason not to do. Anyways, here is what it looks like. It is not your typical Carolyn Manning piece. I love the colors in it. I've only put in 248 stitches from the very first time that I worked on it. That's no good. I need to bring this back. But like the border is, I need to add black. There's black in there. Like this isn't some Carolyn Manning. I mean, it's repetitive, and so it's pretty easy. You don't always have to look at your pattern constantly. This one is not like that. You definitely have to pay attention, but it is going to look really nice when it's done. Carla just put up a Flosstube. She has way more done. You should go look at hers. But yeah, the colors in it are just, I don't know. They're very bright. I like bright colors. What can I say? I'm an 80s girl. 80s, 90s, whatever. Born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, I guess is probably how you would say it. Do I have a percentage on that? I think that one's in Pattern Keeper. It's not going to be a very high percentage, but 1.94%. Why I didn't work to 2%, I don't know. Okay. Excuse me. I thought there was somebody at my door. Don't think so. Okay. Sorry. So this is Java Joanna, another Sheena Pike. So this is, actually, never mind. So this is Sheena Pike, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I use this for the Sheena Pike set as well. This was a gift for me from Stephanie, the On Point Stitcher. So sweet. I have added 1,529 stitches. There was one day where I put in like 1,000 stitches, which is not normal for me. I mean, this is 25 count, 2 over 1/10. So 1,000 stitches, 500 full cross, but that's a big chunk for me in a day too. Yeah, I really like this one. It's so cute. I can't wait to get to the cookie and the cat face on the mug, right? I think that's what it is. Did I show you what this project is going to look like? This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I don't know if I showed you. Anyways, so this one is 1.54%. She said it reminded her of me. To like my coffee and my chocolate. And I have glasses. Okay. All right. If you have been here for a while, you have heard me talk about this chart. This is the Red Panda Spirit by Sheena Pike. Sorry. I've been waiting for this chart for quite a while. I requested the mini because I wasn't going to stitch, I don't know, it's like over 100K of 310. I wasn't going to stitch that. This is what the chart is going to look like when it's done. As soon as there was a sale, when I got the mini, and there was a sale, I bought it, and I had my fabric cut and ready to go, probably within like an hour of buying the chart. And I started this with Alicia because she did exactly the same thing. I did a middle start. Which way does it go? I think it's this way. So this is my Red Panda eye. There you go. The colors in this, like, oh, they're so pretty. fall is my favorite season, and these colors, just the reds and the oranges and then a little bit of pink in there. You wouldn't necessarily think that there should be pink in there yet, because this is, that's not focusing. I don't actually know how to focus, but the colors are so fun. This is also a 25 count, 2/1 tent, and I've only added 840 stitches. That's kind of sad. Seems like 840 is the number of the day. I got to exactly 1%. That's why. So yeah, this is my red panda that I have been waiting for to become a chart for a long time. So that's fun. So now I have 4 Sheena pikes going, and I can rotate through those on Tuesdays with the Sheena pike cell. Okay. So on July 1st, I think I only have a couple more, guys. On July 1st, I decided I wanted a new start for Canada Day, but I don't have any like patriotic charts. But I had this one, and this is Dimensions Gold Northern Night. Sorry for the glare. Yeah, it's probably a mess that you can see back there. Shining off. Can I take that out? Do I want to take that out? I don't want to take that out. I can put up a picture. If I watch this back and that's horrible glare, I'll put up a picture of what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, that one, because of the moose and the northern lights, I don't know, it seemed patriotic enough to me. It felt very Canadian. And the camping, we go camping. We're gonna be going camping at the end of August. I liked it. This is my first Dimensions kit. I've never done a Dimensions kit, other than, I mean, the stamped one, but does that really count? Because that's not like a true Dimensions kit. I mean, it is, but. So I have put in 562 stitches, and Joss is joining me on this. She started yesterday. So that's fun to have somebody else stitching. If anybody else is stitching this, please let me know. I would have had so much more done on this, but yesterday I did all this gray yesterday, which I got my first 0. I'm pretty sure I couldn't find any more of that color on the chart, but I still have like one full length of thread left of it. So just dimension kits usually give you that much extra. I don't know. I couldn't find this symbol anywhere else. I mean, I didn't look super hard, but anyways. So I would have had more done. You can't really see the colors. The colors in this are absolutely beautiful. Oh, there. Can you see those teals? There's blends and that teal color there. It's a blend of like green and blue, and it's really pretty. Anyways, I would have had way more done yesterday, but this is, I did a middle start, and this is overlapping 2 pages, and apparently I can't count. I can't line up my pages. Me and paper patterns are not friends. So I need to get up to this right corner, but it's gonna take me a while to get over there because I don't want to mess up my counting. So, but I'm not gonna work across the pages anymore because it took me an hour to figure out what I did wrong. And I'm still, like, I mean, I counted it all out. I don't know how I made the mistake because I was off by like 1 stitch, but I think it's right now. If not, I'm just gonna go along with it. I don't have a percentage on that because it is, sorry. It's a not on Pattern Keeper or anything. That's what I'm trying to say. 2 more projects. So this one is The Lord's Prayer by Anne Makes Things. She is on Instagram. That's where I found it. This is a free pattern. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I started this with Rainy from Rainy Day Reads. We started it on July 2nd. I had 2 back-to-back starts. Okay. This is on 28 count, Blue Lugana. I'm not sure. Honestly, it looks kind of blue. It's like a really light blue. I got this piece as a scrap from Kaylee when she sent me something, and it works perfectly for this, but I've never worked on 28 count before, so that's interesting. I think, well, why don't I just show you what I got done? 236 stitches. Look at how tiny that is. Oh my goodness. That little tiny bird. So, I started this and was planning on doing it 10 stitch. I thought the 10 stitch would work, but you know what? I'm not so sure the 10 stitch works unless it's like full coverage, because this flower, I did it 10 stitch and it didn't look right. It's like, no, it's missing another X. You can't do 10 stitch. I mean, maybe you can, but it didn't work for me. So then I did 1/1, which I also have never done 1/1. It's so tiny, but I like the way my stitches look, which you will never hear me say that probably ever again. The only thing is, I don't know if the beak and the feet, if they're coming, if you can see them enough. I might have to use a little bit of a darker purple, which will not be a problem. So Rainy has been using this as her Sunday stitch. I think I did that twice, which is probably why I didn't work on my God's Grace also. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Sunday stitch, but she always pulls hers out and then she sends me a message, and then it's like, well, now I want to work on mine. So yeah, I get a lot of like FOMO, like fear of missing out. So that's why I can't say no to sales and things like that. Okay, last project. This also has a story. This is Blanket Fort by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I first saw this project, like a picture of it, in I think it was like 2021 or 2022. I don't know, whenever the puzzle, I guess, probably came out. And I have been waiting to see if they would make this into a cross stitch, and they finally did. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is Blanket Fort, Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth Designs. No, I did not get the mini. This is the full size. They don't have a mini, and there's so much detail in it that I just don't know if the mini would do it. They do have a max color, which I thought that the max color was for the super size because it was under the category of super size, and I didn't actually look at like stitch count. So I didn't get the max color, I just got regular color, but the amount of confetti that is in the regular color, I think I would be kicking myself in the max color. How about I show you what it looked like? Now, what I love about this project is that's the corner and it's already got so much going on. It's not like block stitching background or anything. Like, this is part of the tree in that like picture frame or whatever in the corner, which I thought this was quite a bit of the tree, but yeah, no, the tree is like, it's much bigger. I, I showed Chad, I was on my pattern keeper and I zoomed out to show him like how much of the project this actually was, and he's like, yeah, I think you should just zoom back in. Because this is, it's only 511 stitches, but it is only 0.16%. This is officially my largest. Can you see that? It's my largest project. It has what, 326,000 stitches. So this is going to be like my hashtag forever project. Yeah, but I'm really excited about it. This is also a project that, like, I've always said that I'm a process stitcher, and it's like I enjoy the process and I don't always have like a finished date in mind. This one, I don't even have not only like a finished date in mind, I don't even know if I will ever finish it. And I'm okay with that because I just think it's going to be really fun to stitch. It brings back so many like childhood memories. There's so many things in that picture that I can relate to. And I don't know. I started this, I did the 24-hour cross stitch, 24 hours of cross stitch was this last weekend, and also with the boys gone Sunday. I think I did a lot of this on Sunday, but I only put in like 10.5 hours of the 24, so most of it was, I think the one day I put in 500 of my mountain landscape. But anyways, I started this on Saturday night, I think. Right, because after we went to the movies, and then as soon as the boys got home, they went off to play soccer with their cousins and their dad. And so I had the house to myself, and I was like, that seems like a great time to start the largest project that you own. So I did. I got Chad to cut my fabric before we went to the movie. It was all planned. So those are all my whips. I am almost at 2 hours. I was not lying about that. I am quickly, I don't really have a whole lot of plans yet. Well, Alicia picked for my wheel of stitches is 900 on Gilmer Girls, so that'll be worked on in August. Carla has she needs to pick a project. She's got the wheel went on 1,200 stitches, so I have a feeling she's gonna pick a big full coverage because she likes the full coverage, and that is totally fine. I don't have any plans to start anything, but I do have a couple things that I bought. Barb from Stitch Brat, right? That's her. She just started a Flosstube too. I'll have it all linked below. I can't even remember when it was, but she had a thing on her Instagram where she was asking people. She had a portion of Carolyn Manning design left, and she was like, how long do you guys think this is going to take me to stitch? And so she wanted everybody to take a guess, and everybody was like putting like 3-4 hours. I think there was a couple people that might have said 5, and I think I picked like 6 hours and 7 minutes or something like that, because I took what she had left. I imagined how long it was going to take me to stitch it, which was probably like 18 hours, and then I just cut that into, thirds because I felt like she's probably that much faster of a stitcher than me. And I won. And so she was so kind. She sent me a gift card for 1-2-3 Stitch. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to get because, I mean, there's just so much, right? And I didn't know what I wanted to do. But It just came in, and yeah, 123 stitch takes forever. I mean, in Canada, it takes like at least, I think, 2 or 3 weeks or something. So, anyways, this is what I got. I got, oh, I thought I had it upside down. The beaver. I love this little beaver. I just want to pinch his little cheeks to tell you the truth there. It feels really Canadian. I mean, it's not, but it just feels Canadian to me. It just needs like a little poutine on it, and then, you know, we'll be good to go. And if you don't know what poutine is, then you're clearly not Canadian. And sorry, I also, gift card, got the 2 fancy flosses that go with it. So this is Weeks Dye Works charcoal and pecan. I'm probably gonna need to get more, but I just, and then this chart is something that I have had on my wish list for a really long time, but it is not something that I would normally stitch. But because this was a gift card, I decided to get something totally like that I wouldn't normally stitch, but that I've always wanted to. So this is Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Design. I've seen so many people stitch this, and it looks beautiful. I did not buy fabric for either of these charts, so they're not going to be started right away. But I think also with this one, it uses Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works. And wait a minute. Oh, sorry. And I think I'm going to one day kit that up with those threads, because it just looks beautiful with those threads. So those are my purchases. Did I buy anything else? Sorry, I'm trying to go through this fast. Oh, I got a couple new needle minders. I don't know if I showed this one to you. This is my Groot needle minder. I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen me. This is from Needle Nannies. She's out of Calgary. And I have another, sorry, I want to show it to you though. It's just a mess back here. Weird. Sorry, that was really loud. There we go. I can't not show this. This is also from Needle Nannies. Come to the sloth side, we take naps. So those were my new needle minders. And I also bought a hummingbird project from Etsy. I want to say that it's from like something with a unicorn light. I don't know. I'll have it linked in. Anyways, this is what it looks like. I do not plan on starting that until, well, I don't have my fabric for it yet, and I don't need any more new starts. I don't know if you guys remember, but I think at the beginning of the year I said I didn't want to have more than 20 whips, I think, or was it 25? Anyways, I'm at 31, so I totally blew that. But that's okay. Now I just need to get some progress on them and get some finishes. And yeah, so that's it. Oh, that was loud. Sorry, I didn't mean to slam my book. I don't have anything else. I'm just under 2 hours. I don't have too many plans. I might do like Arbitrary August, where you spin the wheel and switch projects constantly. It was something that Stitching Mummy Sarah came up with. I don't think she's doing it this year, but lots of people do it. But I don't know. I might just stitch what I want to, and it really depends what my Wheel of Stitches projects end up being, because they take priority. And that's it. I don't know when I'll be back. September 6th, I think, is when I started Flosstube. That'll be my 1 year. So I'll probably do a whip parade, although it probably won't change much since this. But maybe I will use the pictures from like last September so you can see a full year of progress. Maybe. All right, guys. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. I love communicating with you guys and getting to know you. Or just say hi, whatever you want. I'm also on Instagram. Like I said, I post quite regularly there, even if I only have a little bit of progress. That's all I got. We'll end it with no. Okay. Take care, guys, and I will see you when I see you.